Murder comment. Hey, I'm glad you're here. And if you're here, you must be interested in Dungeons and Dragons. Furthermore, I bet you're interested in Dungeons and Dragons in space, because that's exactly what we're going to do here is play Dungeons and Dragons in space, near space, ground space, the whole nine. And if you're into that sort of stuff, go ahead and like, subscribe, let us know what you think in the comments, and watch this stuff. Welcome back to another session of the Astral Avenue. We are here with a little less players than normal. Everyone wants to say hey.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hey.
And obviously, Ken and Cameron will be away for a little bit, and they will be missed, but their characters are elsewhere at the moment. And we're going to start with our little recap of where our players are and how they got here. So, without further ado, last time, with a trap triggered from the door, crystals from a nearby mosaic on the floor below kind of animated and grew into familiar dangerous shards, colors spinning about them. Defending yourselves, you realize these things had the ability to split into more of their kind, multiplying pretty rapidly, especially after being hit by magic. And as they assaulted you guys with the blinding light and spinning shards of crystal, you eventually did take them all out, gathering along the staircases. Several piles of powder and residue kind of lay across the space here. Not wanting to dally too long, you checked yourselves and readied to open the door once more, now that the magic or whatever the trap held was diminished. Opening the door, you saw a clean space, free of vines and debris, and at the center of the large space, a circle of runes deeply inscribed into the floor laid out. One side of the room held a huge stone archway, while the other, against the wall, you could see a device of strange machination and arcane fixtures. There was, however, a familiar figure in here, reading from a big tome atop a stone pedestal. Amnesis Jones, or rather, one of many. He told you that the original Amnesis had actually made copies of himself to maintain the avenue behind the planes. Asking him about the back door, told you there were many, but the main one here was shut off, as this gateway seen in this room could be utilized, but only send a handful of people through it at the moment, and it was only one way. Hilda jumped at this opportunity, saying that the expedition should move forward through it, if possible. Explaining a good portion of your story, Amnesis agreed that he would open the gateway after releasing the Spelljammer of its bindings nearby. And little deliberation, Duke and Blackberry agreed to go along with Hilda on her expedition, as Tobias actually granted Hilda a magical bracelet so they would know the direction they were in, as Oblate actually held the other matching one. Saying some goodbyes to Duke and asking to send his family his advanced earnings from the ASMR, Amnesis started the process of opening the gateway. Some liquid started filling into the space that turned into a fleshy, eye and maw-covered ooze lashed out at any nearby, turning the floor here all similarly mushy and filling the space with harsh, unintelligible whispers. Killing this creature, though, after kind of going through some confusion and portions where you couldn't walk very well. But eventually killing the creature did make the portal work, as its juices seemed to fill these arcane runes. And after the portal was opened, trio went through it, and after Hilda was the last through, a surge of energy pushed outward from the gateway as ethereal vines started rapidly growing along the walls. Neither here nor there, cracks started to erupt from the ceiling, floors, and walls as well as everything started to tremble around. Vines grasped Amnesis as he was crushed and quickly turned into a pile of fine snow. And this is where we're going to pick up. Everything seems to be sort of kind of crumbling and falling apart around you guys. What are you doing?
We gotta go.
Get out of here. Get doctors, let's go.
I
Run
triple
out the-
blade and run.
Yeah, I grabbed Dr. Jellybean's hand and we are just booking.
We are running.
All right. As you start running out the door, we're going to do a little skill challenge here. As you exit through the door, seeing vines erupting from the side and all around, you actually see some vines jut out from that mosaic as several of those mosaic crystals go flying around, and you can see them also kind of starting to rotate and spin and grow as well. As you reach the railing of this top staircase, what are you guys doing?
So the rocks in the mosaic are spinning like they were before they spawned the little...
No, they some of them got kind of shot up into the air, and they are already actually growing into more of those like crystallized creatures that you had fought previously. And you can see in the corner, some of them are just kind of like barely bouncing into some of these vines as they kind of like start multiplying in one corner. And you can see across that one railing where the vines already were, it seems like they are just overtaking everything and nearly making like a wall of sorts.
Oh shoot.
It's not good.
Not good. So it looks like the staircase is not a good way to go. How far down is it? Like,
so you can still kind of take that staircase. But it is like a 20-foot drop. But that is kind of where those like crystals are all rotating and starting to multiply, and not even really kind of shooting random lights everywhere. They're crystallized light.
I mean, I don't think stealth's going to help us here. I think we should just.
I want to get a boost over the, I want to get a boost over the railing there, so I can maybe leap them.
I've got a question about slow fall.
Yeah.
If I was to, let's say, grab Dr. Jellybean and jump over the railing while sort of like holding her and then use slow fall, would it negate any damage that would happen to her as well?
Quite possibly. Quite possibly.
Or not.
Or I could just kill her.
I would say yes, there would be an athletics check probably, or acrobatics, argued either way, in how you want to handle that situation.
And we're still wanting to use our like base abilities to skill challenge.
Yeah, your skills. I mean, if you have spells to use, they can kind of be persuaded to be turned into a skill of sorts. Just as long as we can, you tell me what you want to do, and we'll make a skill work for it and roll for it.
Are those railings smooth is my last question.
I would say no. You can clearly see that there are kind of like, after every step, there is a kind of like banister, like pole.
Well, then I just want to tumble down the stairs.
Okay.
I want to like flip down the stairs, send my time goes Tobias doing the same thing.
Okay, so Tobias and the Tobiases start just rolling down the stairs.
Are you rolling like this way, or like
flipping? Yeah.
Yeah, like kind of like handstands, just like as vines and stuff start shooting out.
Parkour.
Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check.
You got it. Normal, yeah. There we go. Acrobatics. First roll of the night.
All right, with a 24, expertly rolling down the stairs, you can see some of these vines that start to erupt nearby start to actually follow Tobias a little bit, kind of giving you all an opportunity to do whatever you're going to do.
Dr. Jellybean, you want to aim for the bushes?
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna snatch up Dr. Jellybean and heave myself over the railing and use my slow fall.
You going down the far side of the railing, or are you going to this space where the... Okay.
So, are the mosaics that are spinning,
They are
not
everywhere. They are all
Okay.
around.
So, I mean, I might as well just go right here. There's no way I'm going to be able to jump all the way over to there. So, there's somewhere in here.
I'll say for this, because Tobias rolled so high, it gives you plenty of time, and it seems like the vines and even some of those crystals that are kind of exploding and turning into more crystals, like kind of beaming lights following Tobias, like little lasers just like following Tobias's rolling and cartwheeling, and even like his shadow kind of like, you know, flipping back and forth between each other.
Yeah.
You grab Dr. Jellybean and just hop down, kind of sliding down the side of the stairway there. What is Donna doing?
Okay,
Good luck, Donna.
gonna follow my buddies. I'm just gonna trust in my, metal exterior to keep me safe like it did the last time with these guys.
So you're just jumping over?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and give me a dexterity save.
Who, everybody?
No, just Donna, because she unfortunately doesn't have Snowball with a 16. All right.
Oh, yeah.
And you're only going to take one of these. As you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage, as you hear that kind of crunch under your feet, and as you land like on top of some of these crystals that seem to kind of be vibrating and almost about to jut out, you just kind of stomp right on top of them. You hear that crunching of the glass. Some of the shards kind of hit your foot as well. And you can see, as you kind of make your way past here, and kind of meeting up with Tobias and Shadow Tobias, you overlooking this other ledge into this, what once was a store room. Never really found out what this room was, but the first area where you saw all of those vines, that tree, which looks like it has like multiple trees kind of spectrally emanating from it, and all of the wreckage kind of that is kind of lingering and looming over you in the darkness seems to have vines and just like rot dripping from it.
Are there branches and stuff, like vines, that are trying to reach out to us and grab us?
Yes, 100%.
What I would like to do, if possible, is try to use like firebolt in like a reactive way to try to like kind of stave them off as they pop. Yeah.
Okay. What skill do you think would be associated with keeping things at bay with your magical bolts of
Arcana?
fire?
Yeah, I was thinking Arcana, but maybe even nature, like knowing how plants grow
Yeah.
and trying to predict their movements.
Go with that. Yeah, give me a nature check.
Okay.
All right, with a 14, you do kind of start to hedge your way, kind of about halfway through the space, as roll for it. As you are kind of a little bit loosely, would you say Dr. Jellybean leading the way in this endeavor as she is shooting fire out, or?
I
Yeah.
think Donna would be leading the way.
I would say that's accurate. I'd say I'd be up front too, probably with my torch or my hammer, just
Because that's how I'm gonna help, is to
keeping fire away, and yeah.
Okay.
keep make sure our path is clear with
Alright.
my.
Dr. Jellybean, as you're kind of shooting fire to keep things at bay, as the rest of you guys start trudging forward, Dr. Jellybean, you feel something grab your leg and start sliding you across the room back from whence you came.
Oh, help! Oh no! I've been got.
Can I use a perception check to see what's got her, and then try to shoot her with my pistol?
Just pull, just immediately, nothing.
And I'm just like,
Yeah, she just like, because everything's happening so quickly, and just like keeping all of this growth as it is. It's weird because it's growing, but it's rotting at the same. It's like growing.
Can I use Sacred Flame? Because I don't necessarily have to have its exact position.
Well, I'll say Oblate.
Like snap its connection.
Oblate called out. Give me that perception check first, as you're kind of in the back with her. Give me a perception check to look out for Dr. Jellybean with a 24. Yeah, as something is kind of like right around the bend of this broken pillar and wall there, you can see this shadowy tendril of a vine wrapped around her foot, just dragging her. And give me an attack roll. I'll give you advantage on this with your pistol.
It's gonna be a Kensai shot.
Yeah, of course.
Oh wow.
All right.
Well, hopefully that hits.
16 will hit. Go ahead and roll me some damage.
Thanks, Kensai.
All right. 8 is just enough, as that vine starts to kind of tear nearly in half, but it is enough to kind of give Dr. Jellybean enough breathing room to where she can kind of firebolt and burn the rest of it away. And you still have that little bit kind of attached to your ankle, Dr. Jellybean, but it's not attached to the rest of the
Anklet.
vine.
Fashion.
rip it off.
As you have made your way about halfway through, and you can see the vines kind of like from that space where the floor was kind of broken in, and that emanating crystal. You can see spectral trees kind of made of crystal, and also dripping with a similar black mucus kind of reaching out towards you. And that mucus itself actually kind of starts to reach out towards you, covering out essentially any bit of light around you in a non-magical fashion, or in a magical fashion, I should say. As
Okay.
everything gets kind of inky dark around you.
Keep running out of there.
Yeah, everyone. Actually, I'm going to try to distract these things. So as everyone's running forward, I'm going to try to get the vines to follow me.
It's kind of the spectral tree / ooze crystalline nature.
Yeah, so as they're all running out the door, I'm going to try to get it to follow me and have my shadow follow them. And then if I can get it to follow me, I'm going to use one of my
Flickaroo.
flickaroos. Yes.
All right. Go ahead and give me a deception check.
Hey.
All right, with a 15, kind of waving your torch around, even though it's like, it's not pitch black, but everything gets really dark around you, as you can kind of barely only see what's in front of you. Even with your torch lit, it's just this like kind of drawn to your torchlight, and kind of waving that around, seeing that kind of attracts any of this inky darkness. You do switch places with your time ghost, as everyone kind of exits into the chamber, and you lose that connection with your time ghost as you do make it through. And coming into this nearby area where you kind of made your landing down here, that statue of that bull dog bowl. And those mushrooms kind of seem to be getting more corporeal and dispersing and like kind of splitting and almost like they're rotting themselves. And as they rot, they are starting to kind of like just tear electricity as it is arcing everywhere. And you can even see it's kind of arcing in towards the direction of the door where you first met Anamnesis. And that area towards the elevator seems to be just covered in these spectral vines to where you can barely see past it. But what are you guys doing?
We gotta save Amnesis if we can. Keep running.
We can't save that man.
With that lightning coming towards us, though, and towards where we're going,
It seems like it's kind of honestly arcing towards the door. Like, towards the door of the laboratory.
Okay.
does anyone have anything metal?
Something conductive?
Stuff now.
And as it
Donna's
kind of-
already thinking about it.
as it kind of arcs towards that door, you can see the ground start to split open
Oh.
as a large, like, essentially, and you can feel it, the ground moving further away from the entrance to the laboratory.
Okay, so as that
We have
lightning
to make
shooter,
that.
I'm gonna throw my last dagger to try to draw the lightning towards it instead, so that we can make our way to the door.
I was gonna say, do we have any more of that orders meat? Because it wasn't that pretty conductive.
It would be another deception check, Tobias,
Yeah.
if that's what you want to do, and it will be a much higher DC because you just used
A
it.
deception check to throw the lightning there?
You're trying to distract the lightning, essentially.
I mean, wouldn't it be? I don't.
You're lying to the lightning.
Sleight of hand, because I'm not really lying to it. I'm like,
I would
Trying
say
to-
also, Tobias, you've done a couple of things as you're the one just kind of catching up to this situation.
that's true.
So everyone
Oh.
else would kind of see this first. So if Oblate, Donna, or Dr. Jellybean has anything.
Well, Donna's got the ideas, so I'll let Donna do it.
Well, hold on.
Donna throws herself into the lightning.
Well, hold on.
Well,
I've
not
got
only
a
the
lot of stuff
lightning,
in my inventory.
but the ground is also splitting apart. And you can
The
see
ground is splitting.
you can see chunks of the floor kind of barely kind of floating apart as it makes little, I don't want to say it makes steps, but it kind of does make steps as they're kind of spinning and floating as if, and you would all feel it too. Even
What
though
if
you
I-
feel this shaking of everything around, gravity seems to be
No.
wonky. You would feel it at certain times. You'd feel heavier. Other times you would feel yourself lighter.
Mm.
What if I just throw a bunch of money at the lightning? Do you think it'd take it?
Sometimes that works. Throw money at your problems.
I mean, it's conductive. And it's scattered, so it could,
And it
Yeah.
doesn't really seem like the lightning is. It's these large arcs that are just kind of like arcing through the same spot almost over and over again.
Mm.
Next, you would be going towards that light, the panel there.
Oh, I see.
Going towards that.
Yeah. Towards one of those the panels with the dials on it, the numbers.
okay, well, if no one
Smash
has
the-
any better
Smash the
ideas.
panel. Get rid of the panel.
You got something to smash it?
I don't know.
Shoot it.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, I guess I could.
I got a crossbow. I can shoot it.
Do you want to shoot it, or you want me to shoot it?
I'll shoot
You
it,
can both
but
shoot it, but what do you do? What skill are we
no, I
attributing
think
to?
Oblate
Yeah.
would be
You
better
wanna
to
shoot
shoot
this
it
panel?
because Donna's gonna save her action if she needs to jump in front of a bolt of lightning.
There
She
is
will.
no saving actions here. All of this is happening right now in real time. So you guys just run up to this splitting ground as lightning is arcing and kind of splitting up the ground, and you see little bits of that floor floating and going like different spaces all around you.
Since I've already used perception, would you say insight would be okay to use to see, okay, that's where the lightning's actually being attracted to that's causing the issue?
Sure, I'll allow it.
Okay, well then I'll
an insight check.
I'll use insight to figure that out maybe, and then shoot the panel. Oh god.
With the 10.
Guidance.
Seeing this... Okay, yeah. Roll a
D4.
roll a D4.
Okay, D4, here I go.
Alright, with the 2. Seeing
Better
it
than
kind of
average.
arc towards the panel, you're not sure if it's actually the panel itself or it's just that's the direction that the mushroom is splitting open, causing that arc of lightning, or what. It is hard to tell. And at that, I'll need everyone to make a, say, a strength saving throw.
Woof.
Guidance?
Guidance
On my
does help
good
with
friend,
save,
Dr.
but
Jelly?
resistance does help with this. So as you're all Oblate, you're kind of looking and trying to figure out what's going on. You're all kind of like assisting in this essentially. And Tobias, you kind of just appear at this point. The ground starts to quake and you all fall prone as that lip that you guys are sitting on kind of starts to bend and push downward. As you all feel like you're about to start slipping and falling. And you can see, essentially from here, you can probably see the core of the Frizzlin Cube, as it is essentially just this orb of rotting mass that has electricity swirling all around it.
I thought it would have been a cube.
Yeah,
Interesting. But it's not.
it is not. So you guys are kind of that, the ground that you're on starts tilting and crumbling forward, and you all do fall prone.
Okay, so we're still trying to make it to the lab's door, right? So we'll just take that momentum and launch ourselves forward.
Essentially, the distance is now much further from there,
Further.
and you're also downward from that essentially split area.
Yeah.
So how far are we talking?
Say about 15, 20 feet, and it's getting further by the moment.
Like the
Oh, we
gap
gotta
is
go.
Mm-hmm. As lightning is
That
also
route's
still
gone?
kind of tearing through that space.
Oh my god.
So that route is gone.
I'm not saying that.
We can make it. It's 15
That
minutes.
route
You
is
guys can.
treacherous.
Yeah, no, that's not happening for us.
And you do see
Little
like,
guys.
you do see bits of floor still kind of like floating about, and kind of like I said, gravity's kind of weird, so like it takes that moment as the ground does start to fall where your gravity doesn't sink in and you float there for a moment, then you fall and slam and you all fall down.
I want,
Tie a rope around us.
Duke says it's too late to come back through the portal with him.
Oops.
I see all the ground floating, and I want to be like anime style, like bounce from rock to rock to rock. And as I'm doing so, I want to like help somebody up and be like, follow me.
Can we tie a rope though so we don't fall through the
I
cracks?
don't think there's time for that. I think in this moment,
Well,
Donna's
you have
reaction.
a split second. The
Yeah, I
ground
think in
is
this
about
moment-
to fall.
Donna's
Alright, we gotta
reaction
go.
is to take the momentum of the ground tilting and run with it, because that's her best chance to clear whatever gap is coming.
Donna, give me an athletics check. I'll say Tobias, give me your call, athletics or acrobatics.
Take the acrobatics.
And since you did already use acrobatics once, it will be a higher DC.
So I mean athletics.
Oh my god, it was almost an 18. It was almost an 18, and then it cheated.
All right. Tobias starts kind of leading one direction, hopping up to different platforms, and Donnie, you just try and, like, as the thing's falling, you're trying to use that momentum, and right as you try to go for your jump, gravity fails.
Cauldron
And
on my foot.
a hunk of the floor lands and kind of crushes you under as give me a dexterity save at disadvantage.
Sounds like you're crunching a soda can.
Yeah.
Disadvantage because I'm metal.
Because you're prone. Because you're coming up from prone. Yeah, because you guys fell prone. So there technically wasn't any
I
momentum.
wouldn't have gotten up from the prone to make the leap.
Essentially, the prone thing was going to affect whatever outcome this has. But you do take 11 points of crushing, bludgeoning damage. As
I'm okay.
Tobias does... There's enough time for one person to follow Tobias. And it's not Donna.
Oh dang! I didn't even clear nothing. Okay,
No, you went to go with the 2 athletics. You went to go for your jump as you're starting to get up and use that, and it just doesn't work as rock lands on your ankle.
Doctor, you go. I'm gonna try to help
rock
Donna
landed
with
on
this
my
rock.
bottom half of my body.
Okay.
You saw how I do it. You can
I'm
do
coming.
it.
Rock. That was a building.
All right.
Oh no, Donna! Oh no!
Instead of building land on my torso.
We got to get the ship. We can save him.
As Tobias, Dr. Jellybean kind of quickly following the steps, looking back at Donna and Oblate, says, "God, there you go." Oblate, what are you doing with Donna kind of crushed under this rock for a moment? And the ground is falling beneath you.
Ground's still falling beneath it, but I have to get this rock from on top of her, right? I mean, how crushed is she?
Gravity's weird here, so there might be a moment where you can push it aside.
I mean, is there any indication that I would be able to, like with my passive perception, would I sort of be able to tell when gravity is going to change or anything like that?
With one arm and grab my leg.
It wouldn't be a passive perception. It would be an active perception.
Okay.
If that's what you want to do.
Time it for when gravity's weird to get
all that stuff.
Donna
I mean,
loses a leg.
We can rebuild it.
We have the technology.
With what materials?
We took those spare parts from the cherries, remember?
I've been picking up parts here and there.
So yeah.
I do have some spare Jerry parts.
Oblate, that what you're doing?
It's
You're doing another. You did do perception check.
Yeah, I don't want to do perception.
Okay.
I guess I gotta remove this rock off of her.
Maybe you
and
can ask the rock nicely.
I'll say
Persuasion.
lifting the rock isn't the bigger part of the challenge here. The bigger part is getting across this essentially growing chasm as your ground is getting lower as well.
Donna wants you to save yourself.
And I say that... Could I use an acrobatics? Can I grab Donna, use an acrobatics, and use Step of the Wild to double my jumping distance and jump across?
You can. Give me an athletics check.
Here goes nothing.
As you grab...
Can I use my inspiration?
Alright, use that inspiration.
Come on.
Oh, please,
it.
God. It's better.
Better.
Guidance.
Guidance will help here. Roll
Can
that
I
d4.
cast it through the detached arm that he's holding?
Yeah.
See a 4. There's a 1.
Oh,
1 is just enough, as the
Whew.
DC at the moment is 14 for things. As you just grab Donna and leap with all of your might, kind of like using the wall to kind of jump up, like doing the running up the wall and jump off of the wall kind of thing across
Prince of Thieves.
this chasm. as the behind you kind of just starts to break and slip away, and you can see this growth of rot, this dark matter just kind of overtake the ground behind you. And you're at a door. You're at the door to the laboratory.
Open the door.
We knock. It'd be rude to just go in.
As you open the door and look inside this chamber, you can see that it is filled with this thick fog that is pouring out of these vents along the side that you had seen before. All of the Jerrys are kind of in the middle of what looks to be just going crazy. Their body parts are spinning around in different ways, and one of them kind of like its head is spinning and like stops to look at you guys and just starts like kind of flailing its arms in your direction as this mist is kind of billowing about. And you can see Amnesis Jones amidst all of this chaos as everything is crumbling and the ceiling still shaking as debris is falling, just kind of like measuring out some ingredients. Looks at you all. Oh, didn't think I'd see anybody today. As the Jerrys are intruders, just kind of running towards you.
No.
It's falling apart here. We gotta go.
I don't have time for your shit, Jerry.
What are you guys
It's crumbling.
doing? And you can see kind of this mist pouring into this room, filling up the space.
Can I use my coats to cover up my face?
You can.
Pull my band
Cover your faces.
Cover my face as best I
Cover
can with
your
the sweet duster.
faces, and immediately, as these Jerrys start noticing you one by one, you can see arms and stuff kind of falling out of their sockets, and this growth within them start to emerge as this similar kind of black mold essentially is gushing out of their metallic bodies, rushing towards you all.
We need to dodge past them.
What are you doing?
I'm going to create a Shadow Tobias here as...
Well, don't say here. There's no map. Don't use
Oh,
the
sorry.
map.
Over near Amnesis, like have a Shadow Tobias and have it look like it's threatening him menacingly, like angrily, as we run across.
Okay. So
Trying to distract the Jerrys.
will be another deception check.
Oh, God, not deception.
Wouldn't stop doing deceptive things, Tobias.
Maybe a performance? See how well I can perform my angry Tobias look?
Why is it never really angry?
I'm gonna say
Right.
this is definitely a deception. I see your argument.
Because he's not really angry and doesn't want to really hurt Amnesis. He's trying to put on a show.
Can I
Of deception.
just for flavor, just message Amnesis and just say we need to evacuate.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you got.
Just for
Lori,
flavor,
that's
just-
all of the words you can say.
And I guess I'm rolling a deception
Give me a
check.
deception check.
Great.
All right. With a 17, as your Shadow Tobias kind of appears there, and he's still kind of like in the middle of half talking to you guys, and he kind of cocks his head for a moment, and you can see that mist kind of fill in behind as Amnesis kind of smells something, and the three Jerrys for a moment do kind of look in his direction as, well, that smells strange, and just immediately turns into a pile of snow. With your
Get out of here.
Shadow Tobias standing next to him. I need your Shadow Tobias to make a Constitution save.
It's an object.
Wait.
It's
He might be snow biased.
With the Jerry's objects.
All right. Well, he would still take half.
Just like shrug.
You would see this mist kind of touch the backside of Shadow Tobias as it just starts to melt into this shadowy form. As actually you would see vines start to grow where Shadow Tobias grew. Dark, black Icarus vines.
That's not good.
What are you guys doing? The Jerrys are kind of halted for a brief moment. They
Run.
turn back towards you.
Yeah, run.
Just
We don't have time
straight
to
up running.
engage with the
Yep.
Jerrys.
Need
Running.
everyone to give me a group athletics check.
A group athletics check. This is good.
As you guys are running.
Clank,
across the
clank,
room.
clank. Oh
Good
wait,
job,
Donna
Paul.
did good.
Good job,
Nice-
Dr.
nice
Billy.
I thought that was my 7.
Good job, Tobias.
That was me.
Oh, Blade. I want you. Roll me a d20.
And 20 is good.
Somewhere in the middle.
Can't complain.
Mm-mm.
Actually, roll me 2 more d20s. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Oh
God.
no. It's all messed up now.
Mm-hmm. An 8 and 5. All right. You would hear 2 of the Jerrys kind of in unison, kind of stop and say, "All fine here. All fine here. All fine here." Kind of looking around as this green lights kind of turn on in the back of their heads. But one of the Jerrys kind of as you turn the corner, Oblate, one of the Jerrys kind of rounds that way, and you kind of see this flash of purple, where you see that torch kind of sitting on that pedestal along the one side of the room that you guys just kind of glanced at when you first came in here. And you would see a Jerry kind of turn the corner right as you're running around the room. And as like head and everything is just kind of melting into this black fungus material. Have a magical day! And it just kind of starts distorting that. Have magical. And then explodes. I need a dexterity saving throw from Oblate.
Here goes nothing.
So good.
All right.
Hey, wow.
With
Might not be able to
a
run, but I can dodge.
21. You take 10 points of slashing damage as body parts from this Jerry just explode in the area. And as it explodes, the floor kind of crunks in, as it also, very similar to outside this room, just starts to the tiles start to like fall away into nothingness. And that kind of activates that kind of like that domino effect of tiles falling away behind you, or like in that like Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, Ganondorf room just tiles start falling away into nothingness, and you would get to that door, which is open to the ship, and you can see little flashes of light appear everywhere. Just flashes of bluish purple light, very similar to when you saw those giant spiders.
Oh
And
no.
you would even see with those flashes of light everywhere, even filling the ground and the air around in the hangar in front of you guys.
Oh no.
What are you doing?
There's probably spiders. There's going to be webs. Do we have any more of that oil? And we can maybe start a fire in
Or
front
could-
of the ship?
Or it could just be the same like magical energy that the spiders use to teleport, and it could just like teleport it
there.
somewhere.
All right, well, you
If you
got 3 seconds of talking.
I
What are you
am
doing?
going
The
to.
ground is falling away behind you as well.
I'm just gonna flip, tumble, roll, and use my torch as like, like a fire twirler, like basically like, just in case there's any webbing or anything, because they mentioned it.
I will say Tobias has been doing a lot in the skill challenge.
Right.
So if anyone else wants to do anything,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Does anyone have any oil? We can rub oil on our feet really quick. Dump it on our feet so we don't get stuck.
nope.
No, we broke the
Slut.
last of my oil.
Let's see what I got. Hamster fur, luck leaf, bottle of particles. Any of that help?
Monkey face spider juice.
I
Face-
think we might just be running.
Monkey face spider juice.
I think we
Yeah,
gotta
I-
run.
I
It's
think
not my fault.
Donna's just gonna raise her backpack in front of her face and just run for it.
I
Like
will
just
say,
use her.
Donna, you may not have any oil left, but your lantern is full of oil at the moment.
Oh, I thought it
it's
was
got
like-
a little bit of oil left.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I was gonna
but
say
it
earlier when
does
we were going
use-
through
it does use
the
oil.
darkness that it was like my lantern's probably at this point like kind of flickering on and off.
No, when you were going through the darkness, it was like magically dark, consuming even like the light that you were carrying with you.
Okay, I just pictured it like in the horror movie when the flashlight's running out of batteries and then it just suddenly goes out. Like
it did seem similar to that, but your torch is still lit, or your
okay.
like Tobias's torch is still lit too.
Well then, I can't just. How do we throw the lantern? That's not gonna cover much.
Here, you can. I've got a
We have the
torch.
lantern, and we just need the oil.
I mean, you can. I've got 2 torches.
Mage hand. Just throw some oil.
Just
No,
light
we already
my-
went over the mage hand.
Light my torches off your lantern and then chuck them in random spots and see if it catches everything on fire.
Sure, I think if we each do that, that'd work.
I mean, I can also use a firebolt to catch things on fire too.
So what?
That'll be fine.
What skill would you like to use to light everything on fire?
Have to do it.
Everything on fire in front of us where we're running.
Right. We gotta run through it. Can we do it behind us as we go?
Tell me. What are you doing? You got
just
2
gonna-
seconds. Do something. That's all I'm gonna say.
Even if it's wrong, do something.
Even if it's wrong.
Slide a hand to pull the torches out quickly and light them on fire.
Expertly place torches. Well,
Well, maybe not expertly placed, but like pull them out quickly and light them.
and just kind
'Cause
of
I feel like we're
toss
gonna have
them
to
in
do it.
different places.
Just ahead of us, yeah.
Are you tossing the lantern?
No.
Slam it down on the ground. Don't toss it. Throw it overhand and just smash it on the ground. Everything's on fire.
I'll say give me a sleight of hand check.
Well, you can make that decision, but I'm sleight of handing those torches.
Alright.
Wait. Why do we need my lantern?
You're
Light
lighting
my
the
torches
already.
first.
We don't need. I don't need for my
As
lantern.
Oblate starts lighting a couple of torches and starts chucking them in different places. As
Jelly, do your thing.
You would see little sparks of fire erupt. And then you would see it start to catch everything in front of you on fire as the entire loading dock seems to light ablaze.
You.
Good. Good.
I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them. I want them to stay invisible.
No, now you just see wall of fire. Your ship on the other side of it.
Okay.
We gotta run through that now.
We
Let's do it.
I would
Damn it,
like
that's what I
to-
wanted to do. I'm grabbing my backpack and putting it in front of me and running through the fire.
just
I'll-
like, ah.
Like, I'm just using it as a shield for my metal. I don't know. Actually, no, she'd probably want to just take it instead of her tools.
I'm gonna die in this fire.
You have a field of fire in front of you, probably like
Why are we always
30,
setting
40
fires?
to
Never.
your ship. What are you doing?
Always trying to put
Burn
out
that bridge
fires.
when we get there.
Waiting fire if there isn't one.
Spit on the fire as you run through it.
Mhm.
Dr. Jelly goes last, that way it's out by the time she gets there.
You're just-
Yeah, because I'm gonna die.
Everyone's just running.
I'm gonna, since Dr. Jelly's made of fur, I'm going to take my water skiing and cover her with my water.
I'm wet. Thank you.
You're
As you
welcome.
pour Dr. Jelly. Okay.
Now I'm wet.
And I'm gonna do my dervish dance across the floor. I'm gonna put my hammer up and pull my scimitar, and do my dervish dance across.
So everybody, give me a Constitution save. Dr. Jellybean, I'll give you advantage.
That's great. Thank you. I'll take it.
I will cast guidance.
Oh, I needed that.
Guidance doesn't
Oh.
help saving throws.
Oh, but I can give resistance to Donna.
I'd appreciate that.
Wait, who looks more hurt, Donna or Tobias?
They both look fucked up.
Okay, well, I'll fuck this fucked up.
Man.
I'm gonna cast it on Donna. Sorry, Tobias.
All good.
I reach out, rotting vines surround Donna as she runs through this.
Not the grass. Not the grass.
Embrace it.
Alright. As she'll get that extra one. As Dr. Jellybean and Oblay take 2 points of fire damage.
Oof.
Everyone else takes 5 points everyone else takes 5 points of fire damage.
Okay.
As you do make it to your ship, burning yourselves the entire way through it.
Oh my god.
And you
the way I
can
imagined
see the ship starting to light ablaze as well.
Get it out. Get it out of here. We have water on the ship, right? We have a barrel of
With your
water.
torches.
You have empty barrels. You have barrels full of spiders.
Do they have any
Please
goo
don't
in
pick
them
me.
we can use to put out?
That picture.
Get us out of here, and I'm gonna grab. I don't know. I'm gonna start. I don't have anything to put out.
I don't
I'm
have it.
gonna
And my
go-
water skin's gone. I don't have anything.
I'm going to the spell, what's it
The
called?
helm.
The helm, yes.
Maybe if we fly fast enough, the flames will go out.
I'm gonna try.
The
Phantom,
boot.
Put it
The
out with your
boot's off,
duster.
right? Like we're detached.
Oh yeah, can I throw my duster on top of some of the fire?
Sure. Oh, so you can. It's not like spreading to the interior. It's kind of just on the exterior. But
Wrapping it over.
yeah. Boarding the ship, Dr. Jellybean rushes to the helm at the back underside. As what do you do?
I'm gonna try to. I don't know if I have to reattune or whatever.
You
I'm gonna
are-
try
you are
to.
still attuned.
I'm run with her and do a thorough sweep of the cockpit.
All right,
While
look
she's-
around. I'm lifting off. Everybody, brace yourself for takeoff. I don't know how this is gonna
I
go.
want to look for any stowaways.
Donna, give me a perception check. And with the 16, you feel pretty confident that there are no stowaways.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself.
Well, it's only if a failure. 16 to pass, you're fine.
Okay.
I'll let you know when you pass or fail. Or when
Okay.
you
Because I
fail.
think I could do gooder. But okay.
Although that would be kind of telling if I told you that's a failure on this perception check.
You failed.
But you don't see anything.
Right.
So I would say I probably
I mean, it's kinda like that, though.
probably wouldn't tell you. for perception. But yeah, you're good. There is nothing stowed
It's like when
away.
you're like, oh, Blake, make a perception check. Rolls. Never mind.
Right. But as you start to kind of take off, Dr. Jellybean, this is your first time piloting a fully fledged Spelljammer. As you do take off, you feel this kind of tugging as there are these like kind of webbings that you have to like release yourself from, essentially, as they're kind of like phasing. And if you go above deck, you can see these webs just slightly lighting up with fire as well, but kind of phasing in and out of reality. And
Do we still hear whispers?
nah, that ended. Well, you would have heard them in the. Nah, there's too much going on to hear those faint whispers, anyways. It was mostly with the giant gibbering mouther and the portal opening. But as you kind of start to take off, and Dr. Jellybean, you can kind of see everything on the exterior of the ship. It is.
Whoa!
You can see giant mushrooms growing and arcing with electricity in the distance. Giant tubes of machinery just spewing out steam and other gaseous elements from cracks as everything seems to be kind of falling around. You would notice, all of you with your exterior, that there are kind of like those electric gargoyle-like things that you saw when you first came into space. You would see packs of them in the distance just kind of skittering off, like flying off into the darkness. And it is a dark, essentially kind of like the interior of a giant space station. It's these large kind of corridors of machinery and these electrified mushrooms. And you can see all of it starts to be filling up with these dark, thick vines covering even the mushrooms, just emanating from everywhere. And shortly after you take off, as you look back, you can see those vines also kind of overtake the area where that is kind of filled with fire, kind of smothering that as these large, giant, thick rope-like vines kind of protrude and bust out of the walls there as the loading dock just kind of collapses and gets consumed by these rotting vines. And Dr. Jellybean, with your piloting, it's all kind of new to you, but it kind of feels like a second skin. It kind of reminds you of when you first got turned into your current form. Of like it. Oh no, you just have these wings, and you just kind of flex them to move forward, and you can kind of feel that wind and that cool air all around you. And navigating this space isn't the easiest, but it's not the hardest, because there's pretty much there's one or two ways to go. Like, all ways are probably going to lead to out, like just natural flow of things. And kind of following the largest openings out. As you're maybe about a minute passes, and you just kind of hear that sparks and that crunching in the distance. You would hear this kind of thud as the ship kind of bends a little bit.
What was that?
I don't know. I'm gonna go check on the.
Let me go check it out. I can go outside the ship just fine.
I'm going with you. So we need.
Gonna head out as well.
There's a lot of passengers on a ship not being passengers. That's okay. We'll go check it out.
Just keep doing what you're doing, Doctor. You're doing great.
Okay.
As you
Job.
kind of, the three of you kind of come up top on the top side, you can see kind of at the front end of the ship this large goat-like humanoid kind of crunched in on one of the railings at the front end of the ship. Just kind of standing, kind of sitting that like kind of squat, kind of chewing on parts of the ship. And it turns towards you with these large goat-like horns, these pointed ears, and this face, which does look very goat-like. It is just covered in pustules, boils, and blisters as it hisses out towards you.
No stowaways.
Get off our ship.
Yeah, I'm about to shoot that thing.
And as it looks towards you, is probably 8-9 feet tall.
No.
I don't like that thing. That thing looks awful.
Just
Oh, no.
hisses in your direction. As it does, it just kind of spittles around towards you. You can see this kind of like dust-like matter spilling out from its form. That's where we're going to take our little 5-10 minute break.
I don't like that guy.
Welcome back. Last we left off, the Frizzlin Cube, or at least the inside of it, seemed to be kind of falling apart and overgrown with this odd fungus, like this black mold, and the troop made an escape towards the vessel at this loading dock, essentially, and traversing several different challenges of sorts, made it to the ship and started heading that way out on the vessel. Something seemed to have landed on the ship, with Oblate, Donna, and Tobias heading up top to see what this was. Saw this massive goat-like humanoid crouching down on the ship, kind of chewing on it. Looking over at you all, just kind of hissed in your general direction. You can see pustules and fungal growths all over it as this kind of dust exudes from its space. And that's where we're going to pick up. We have already rolled initiative, and we're gonna start at the top of the round with Tobias. Tobias, what are you doing?
It's perched on the railing, right?
Yeah, and you guys would actually technically be like, the stairs below is where Donna's at. That is how you get below the ship. And you can see floating mushrooms kind of exuding and breaking apart, electricity and black spores, and a tangle of vines kind of growing behind you guys.
I'm gonna have my hammer and the short sword, and I'm gonna charge the thing.
All right.
It's large. Remind me about pushing rolls. I just want to throw it off the ship. I just want to charge it.
Probably trip it.
Sure. It would be an athletics check.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to try to just yeet that thing off the ship.
Go.
Here goes my athletics.
You probably like reach his knee at the highest.
With a 14. All right.
Guidance?
Going to push.
Can I cast guidance?
You can cast guidance. That is your reaction.
So do I roll or do you roll? I'll roll.
I'll say Donna rolls. Getting an 18. Still not enough as this thing got a 21. It is sure-footed as it hooves, or like hoof-like feet kind of like clamp down as you go to try and shove it. And as you approach, this stench just exudes from it. And you can feel these like steel-like muscles under its like kind of falling apart, furry skin.
I think I messed up.
Why are you hugging it, Toby?
Anything else for Tobias?
I don't know. You're gonna get its disease.
Just still holding, just, I don't know what I did.
I don't know what I've done.
As you just kind of feel this like chunky, like fungal,
Don't say chunk.
like that kind of like where your fingers kind of go into its like rotting flesh a little bit, and then behind that you feel these like steel hard muscles of its form.
Okay, that's extra disturbing.
Gross.
Anything else for Tobias?
No, that's enough. I've done enough.
At the end of your turn, this thing's going to use a legendary action. As it looks down at you and kind of starts to push you away a little bit, it just kind of starts to hiss, and as it does, and it's weird to hear a goat hiss, but it just kind of sputters as this gaseous dust spills out from it. And I will need Tobias and Oblate to give me Constitution saving throws.
That's great.
Alright, with a 16 and a 15, you both feel this kind of stench that's just like, it's filled with different smells, like smell like a sweetness in there, maybe a little fruity, but then underneath it you just smell like wet diaper. And then there's also this kind of like overtone of like fermented alcohol, as this gas kind of like this, it just like the wet gas fills the area, and you two actually resist.
What is that, Chanel?
It's a confusing array of smells stretched out towards you, taking us to Dr. Jellybean.
Hey, what's going on back there?
Well,
How well can I see?
you can
Can I
see everything.
Oh, so am I facing that way?
You are the ship.
Okay, so I can see everything.
Essentially, you feel this creature on you.
Okay. Is there anything that I can do with the ship to try to like knock it off without throwing everybody overboard?
Do you think there is?
Yes. Yes, I do.
I mean, if the ship starts to go sideways and stuff, you actually did feel this creature have a hold, pretty firm standing on the ship at the moment. So take from that what you will.
Okay. All right. So I can knock everybody but the creature off of the ship is what I hear you say.
And fly away.
Everyone else will be safe, and you'll be with the
Yeah.
creature.
Great.
But doesn't the Spelljammer create its own gravitational pull?
It does when you don't have gravity affecting you at the moment, but
You're right.
you do at the moment.
We're in an atmosphere.
On and off.
Okay.
Weird wobbly waves.
Yep.
Do a barrel.
Imposed on film.
And
Good luck, everybody.
steering the Spelljammer from the helm is a more clumsy fashion. It's not like a turn sideways and go through this paper-thin cliffs on either side, so ships behind you blow up. It's definitely more of like you can go forward, you can go backwards, you can go sideways, you can turn the ship, but it's more of a clumsy fashion.
They're more like this.
Unless someone with the rigging up top were to kind of help with that.
Noted.
Okay, well, I guess from here. Jeez Louise.
And so essentially the ship, anywhere that you are the ship, anywhere the ship is, any space on the ship is a point that a spell can be cast from.
But then I can't do anything like long range. Well, I guess I'd have to be specific about where.
Essentially, probably not from the wing, but from like the center. Like you could shoot a firebolt from the front of the ship. You could shoot a.
Okay.
You could cast a spell as if you were standing up there on the ship.
Okay. Can I want to do that then. I want to do it from behind him so he doesn't know it's me and then he comes after me, or anyone else. So from behind him up here, cast a firebolt.
Sure. As a firebolt arcs towards him, towards this creature. Give me a firebolt attack. 26 will 100% hit it.
100%.
100%.
100%.
For 10 points of fire damage, and as this fire kind of hits the backside of it, you can see this mucus like gliding along its fur just kind of put out the flames, as it didn't do as much damage as you were hoping. It did hurt it, but not a ton.
It's got protective mucus. Watch out for the
anything
mucus.
Else for Dr. Jellybean, as you hear her kind of calling out from below deck, watch out for the mucus.
Yeah.
That'll be it for me.
All right. At the end of your turn, Dr. Jellybean, this creature will leap. You see, actually, as it kind of starts to stand up with quick speed, these pustules start to kind of grow all over its body, and a couple of them kind of start to pop, and just this kind of like splatter of mist starts spraying over it as it leaps to the other. Well, ship's actually pretty big. Leaps next to Donna and Oblate, and I will need. It does not provoke a tax opportunity.
Oh wow.
And I need Oblate and Tobias to give me dexterity saving throws.
Oblate and Tobias, or
Oblate
Donna?
and Tobias, not Donna. As it leaps over towards you, kind of looking more at Oblate, as these kind of pustules just kind of start like exploding around it. Kind of just like covering up your faces, and you can see it kind of splatters into the sticky substance on the ground on the deck of the ship. And you guys kind of avoid getting caught by this splatter.
Good job, buddy.
That'll take us to its turn. You can see a long barbed tail stretched behind it as it kind of leaps in a semi-crouched position again, looking at Oblate, and this long barbed tail just kind of whips out towards you, Oblate.
I would like to use my reaction to deflect his attack.
All right. He got a 14 to hit.
It's gonna miss. I'm gonna jump over it like a skip it.
Yeah. So does it have to hit you to deflect it?
Let me see. Yeah, reaction to deflect attacks against you that deal bludgeoning, piercing, or
So,
slashing,
yeah.
so it didn't deal any damage,
You
so...
just kind of skip over it like a jump rope.
But the attack itself does deal that kind of damage. It just didn't land.
I didn't roll damage, so there's no damage in the air yet.
And it says when you take... so the damage you take from the attack is reduced, so
Yeah.
it would have to hit for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That'll take us to your turn, Oblate, as you hop, skip, and jump over this creature.
As I'm coming down from my jump, I'm gonna whip out old Sleepy Joe, and then come down on him with the bident.
Okay.
Get down on me.
Wow.
14 just misses as you try and come down on with the bident, and just like with the quickness, just kind
Guidance!
of like guidance doesn't help here.
Oh, it doesn't work on attacks, just abilities.
Guidance only helps on skill checks. It just kind of quickly moves out of the way, still kind of crouched down in that position, looking at you.
All right, I'm gonna try to take advantage of his dodge with a bonus action kick to that side
All
that
right.
he's dodging to.
Yeah, getting a 24 to hit will surely, as he kind of dodges your Biden attack, just kind of kick right to his face as pustules and stuff exude.
Gross.
As it takes, it doesn't seem to affect him that much, and as those pustules kind of exude, you start to pick up this grayish kind of dust. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, which I should have had you make before. All right, you're good. As it smells like pure rot. Anything else for Oakley?
I think we're gonna get this guy some Accutane to take care of his acne, and then maybe he won't be so aggro. That'll be it.
All right, at the end of your turn, it is gonna leap over you guys just to the other side of Donna,
Teabag.
still kind of keeping an eye on you two. And I need a dexterity save from both Donna and Oblate.
He's getting too close to me.
As those, well, you're down below deck. He's always all over you.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's essentially where the chair is, below deck.
Why is this gonna roll a 20 and an 18?
I don't. It looks like you rolled a 6 and an 18.
That's what it says, but on my screen it has a 20 and an 18.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, that's what I see also.
Yeah,
Isn't that? Yeah.
that happens sometimes.
That's mean.
I know. Well, Donna, unfortunately, these pustules that kind of start splurting over the place land around you as they kind of like start to stick to your sides and your feet as you are restrained. And you are also... You are restrained as this pus...
And a leper.
Pus clings to you. Taking us to your turn, Donna.
Well, I was gonna
At the-
shock and grasp it so he couldn't move whenever I... Okay, go ahead.
At the start of your turn, I need a Constitution saving throw. It is against poison. Actually, let me double check. So you might not,
Yeah.
you might not have advantage. Or it doesn't matter.
None, man.
So you take 3 points of necrotic damage, and you are poisoned.
So you're restrained and have disadvantage on everything.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. I was gonna shock and grasp it and then move away so he couldn't hit me when I did that, but I'll just chill here. That's cool.
Yeah, no, this is a great place to be.
Yeah. Can I fight the restraint?
Yeah, you can use your action to try and get out of the restraints.
Will it provoke an attack?
Not breaking yourself free.
Okay.
So it'd be in athletics or acrobatics. All right, with a 14, you start kind of slipping. Or actually, you're at disadvantage because poison. So it would be an 11. As you try and slip free, you are stuck fast.
All right.
Cool.
And at the end of your turn, Donna, you are... Let's start. Nope. That'll take us to Tobias.
Tobias is gonna charge this creature. Not trying to hug it this time.
All right.
Taking it and just flipping at it and attempting to bring my short sword down on it. It's with disadvantage.
18 will still hit it. It doesn't do as much as you were hoping.
And then I'm gonna bring my hammer back around and try to like swing it up right in its face.
Sure. 18 will definitely hit. That actually seems to do some decent damage to it as you swing up right in its face, and just kind of the splatter of not good stuff goes everywhere. There's only so many ways you can say pus and...
I'm going to reinvigorate myself.
All right. Your second wind. Anything else for Tobias?
That will be it for Tobias.
This thing will... once again kind of breathe out those fumes at the end of your turn. Any Constitution saving throw from all three of you.
I do have my mask still on.
Disadvantage.
Mine's at normal. I still have my mask.
That's fair. Oh boy.
Cool, now I roll well.
This stench is more confusing than ever.
Can I use resistance
You
as a reaction?
You can, as a reaction.
1d4. Let's see if it helps.
Need a 2. Alright. Bring it over. Oh no, you've smelled stuff like that before. That's nothing.
What's on?
Just like gags real quick and then
Like an old ship.
I'm good.
That'll take us to Dr. Jellybean.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna...
In this cockpit. Are you still, and as you're doing that, are you still kind of moving forward?
Yeah, I'm trying to get away from the...
Okay.
Yeah, we're trying to go.
Yeah.
The fizzling cube.
As
A
things are
fizzling
kind of-
cube.
It's
Go
not,
on your first one,
it's
not
not the
fizzling.
fastest. It's, you know, it's like, I think it's 50 feet a turn it goes.
Okay. Yeah, we're moving. We are moving. I want to see what happens if I cast poison spray on it. It might be resistant. I don't know.
Sure, give me an attack roll.
As it's using poison and disease against us.
Well, fire wasn't super effective. You never know until you try.
Poison with poison.
Fight poison with poison.
There
Different
you go.
kind of poison. All right.
Don't you have like an 18 intelligence?
Yeah.
It's got 20.
20.
I'm really
You never
smart.
know. Give me an attack roll.
I'm wicked smart.
She's doing
It's
it.
science. I'm ruling it out.
Yeah, you
Roll it
really
out.
never know.
Yeah, a 17 will hit it, as you can see this poison spray splatter up next to it, and it just doesn't seem to do anything to it.
But now we know.
rolling max
We knew
damage,
before.
too.
She's got a 20 intelligence.
Anything else for Dr. Jellybean? Still keeping the
Steering the
course?
ship.
All right. At the end of your turn, it's gonna once again just leap over you guys, just leapfrogging. I need Constitution saves from everyone, or Dex save, sorry.
Ooh.
As Tobias and Donna are both still restrained. As these pustules just kind of like glob over you.
I don't have an umbrella in my kit. I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting this. I
No.
wasn't.
That'll take us back to its turn. Once again, looking at Oblate, it is going to whip its tail towards you.
Maybe it'll hit this time. You can try your new deflect ability.
I won't be able to.
As you use this reaction. It got a 12 to hit. Actually,
I'm gonna hop on
no.
over.
It's not going to attack Oblate. That's stupid. It's going to attack someone who's restrained. This thing isn't dumb. It's going to attack... Roll for it. It's going to attack Tobias. So getting a 12, but now with advantage because restraint.
Mm-hmm.
That's smart.
That is smart.
Getting a 20 to hit.
That will hit.
As Tobias, I need a Constitution save. All right. You take 6 piercing and 7 necrotic damage.
Okay.
As you feel kind of like if it got you even better, you can see the barbs kind of stick in the side of your arm where it snaps at you. The barb kind of falls off. You can think if that barb would have stuck in there more, it might have done something. But who knows now? I'll take us to Oblate.
All right, Sleepy Joe, don't hold me. Don't let me down. Gonna try to grapple this guy.
24 will hit him.
And does topple affect him?
You want to find out?
I would like to find out.
He is not knocked over and he is not toppled. As he kind of resists his bulky weight. He's still dealing 9 points of piercing damage to him.
So he's not grappled, he's not knocked down.
No.
I'm gonna use one of my discipline points for a I'm just gonna swing my legs at him a couple of times.
All right, doing a flurry. A
Flurry of blows.
A McFlurry of blows.
Of sorts. The machine is actually working.
Nice.
21 will hit, but the 14 is going to be a miss, unfortunately. Yeah, sure.
Better than nothing.
Hey, it doesn't seem to do as much damage as you were hoping, but it does do something.
We'll take something at this point.
Anything else for Oblate?
That'll be my turn.
Which I forgot again. I need a Constitution save at the start of your turn. I keep forgetting with the Oblate. That makes sense for you. So we'll just skip it. Oblate, at the end of your turn, you can see these... It kind of... One of its eyes darts over towards Tobias. And Tobias, I need a Constitution saving throw. As it's horrible. You take 2 points of necrotic damage, and you can see that eye that's looking at you, Tobias, kind of draws in that energy that is just like kind of siphoning towards you, or from you towards it. As you can see, some of the wounds it sustained, it does get some back. Not a lot. Rolled horribly. And that'll take us to Donna. As you
Oh,
are,
sorry.
Donna, you are no longer poisoned at the start of your turn.
Well,
You
I'll
are-
use that roll for my restraint.
Athletics, so it'd be a 12, 11. No.
Yeah, I've got
12,
a 0.
plus 0.
Yeah.
All right, trying to break free. You are. Let me double check. Yeah, you are still restrained.
Okie
Anything
dokie.
else for Donna?
Can I still cast Sacred Flame or no?
It would use your action to try and break free as you're trying to
Okay.
yank yourself out of these.
But would I be able to?
Yeah, you can cast spells while you're doing stuff, or while you're restrained. Attack rolls that you make are at disadvantage, and attack rolls against you are at advantage, essentially.
That's because I'm restrained?
Yeah,
Okay, not poisoned. I'm just.
yeah.
It's hard to keep track.
Poison does is the same. Poison makes attacks and ability checks that you make at disadvantage, but restrained does.
Okay.
The same.
Alright. Well,
At the end of your turn, Donna, I forgot 2 things for Oblate. Oblate is going to be a delayed effect on you. I need Tobias and Donna to give me Constitution saves.
Cannot wait.
Put things on your token so you don't forget. Donna,
yes.
double check. See if this is.
You can triple check. It's okay.
It is poison, so you do have advantage. So we'll take that 16.
Yeah, I'm not restrained this time.
No, it's not restrained anyways. That'll take us to Tobias, who is restrained.
Wait, no, I am.
Tobias is like, as you see him like kind of, stuck, you see a time ghost come out of him and go right towards the creature.
All right.
And it floats up to it menacingly and swing the silver short sword at disadvantage.
That's gonna hit.
And then it's a normal attack now for the hammer because I'm at disadvantage, but then, okay. And then swing down with the hammer. Oh,
And that is gonna be a miss.
damn it. Yeah, that's it for my turn.
All right. And you're kind of still stuck there, but your time ghost also kind of just moving sluggishly.
Yeah.
That'll take us to Dr. Jellybean.
All right,
Got this,
fire.
Captain.
Fire it is. Let's see. Which direction do I want to shoot it from?
The tip of the wing.
Can't be from the wing.
Can't be from the wing, apparently. Sure, that way. That looks great. Whoa, so many cool.
Wow.
Wow.
I want,
Wow.
I want that many fire bolts.
Hey, lady.
Yeah.
That'll definitely hit.
All right, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
2,
Takes minimal burning there.
2. A sizzle.
All right. I
Keep
think
flying.
that'll take us to its turn. As you're kind of
If
still.
you jump over me one more time, I'm punching you in the nuts.
It's not gonna do it on its turn.
I know this goat.
And you guys are already stuck, so there's no point. It is going to whip its tail out towards one of y'all. I don't know why I rolled 2. I'm gonna take the first one. Towards Donna.
I don't consent.
Getting a 23 to hit Donna.
Miss.
Donna, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, but you had enough. Ooh.
Oh.
With advantage, though.
It is against a disease.
So that's advantage. Right?
Yeah, but you didn't know. But sure, we'll take it. That's fine. You still take 8 piercing and 7 necrotic damage.
Okay, I'm down.
As Donna,
Oh no!
I just needed the 7 necrotic. I didn't hear the
down.
first number you said.
it kind of whips into like the
Just got
torso
here. Like,
and just kind of rips open her torso as she just
Oh my God.
spills liquid and crumples to the ground.
it was pretty already concave because of the rock earlier, so.
Taking us to Oblate. Oblate, I need you to roll me a D10.
Oh man.
As those smells, you remember those smells? You smelled them the other like 6 seconds ago, but they were. All right, you can do whatever you want to do. Never mind. You were confused for a moment, but 9 and 10 is you can act as normal.
That's all I have to do.
That's it.
There's nothing else I'm missing.
That's it.
All right. Biden attack.
All right.
Son of a gun.
9 is going to be a miss.
Discipline point. Flurry of blows.
All right. Kicking with all your might. 21's going to hit. And a 21,
Yeah.
21's going to hit.
Put some stank on it.
Oh yeah.
All right. As it
Nice.
again
You crushed
doesn't
Donna like
do
that!
as much as you were hoping. You can see this creature just kind of like lurking there. Still, every time it moves and jumps, it's kind of like still always squatting. But you can see it's kind of just like looking at you, very haggard. Those pustules seem to kind of overtaking its face.
He's one shot.
Anything else for Oblate?
That's all I can do.
At the end of your turn, Tobias, I would like another Constitution save.
Nice.
All right, you take 6 points of necrotic damage.
Ow.
It rolled horribly the first time. As this thing looks over at you and you see the siphoning,
Quit taking my life.
as it's essentially taking your life force. That'll take us to Donna, if you'll whisper me a
Guys,
death save.
take my life.
You already took
Okay.
it.
Spice!
Alrighty. Taking us to... Could technically use another legendary action after Donna. It will. It'll leap over to the backside of the ship. Tobias and Oblate, I need... Tobias's time goes and Oblate, I need dexterity saves. To avoid those pustules raining goo down on you.
Ugh.
As your time ghost is restrained. Taking us to Tobias.
It's out of reach, isn't it?
It is, as you and your time ghost are both covered in this goo.
I guess I'm gonna try to break free.
It will be your action.
Yep.
We're breaking free.
As you just slip right out of it.
Okay. And back off over here. And I'm gonna use my last use of
It's going to
second
take
wind.
an attack of opportunity against you.
Oh.
As you dart away.
Oh.
Please miss. Please miss.
Yes.
Getting a
please.
13 to hit.
Misses.
If you were still restrained, it would have gotten a 21.
Ooh.
I'm going to go ahead and use my last use of second wind for 11.
Nice.
And that's action, bonus action. That's it.
All right, that'll take us to Dr. Jellybean.
I'm gonna use spare the dying on Donna.
All right.
Spare her.
Donna is no longer dying, but she is
That's
unconscious.
good.
As you can
Yeah,
see,
oh my
the
God.
oil just kind of start putting itself back inside of Donna and kind of seal her. How does it look as you're not there?
That's a good question.
I was wondering too, because I'm like,
'Cause usually I
Ow.
do like the little tappies.
Yeah.
So part of the ship,
knocks on like the floor of the ship.
yeah, part of the ship like reaches up and like, I don't know.
Sure, yeah.
Like your
I'm all-
mage
I'm all
hand?
for it. Like, yeah, like some of the like metallic part
A little
kind
cursor just comes
of
up.
kind of bends over.
The
Yeah.
cursor floats up and just goes pet, pet.
Sure.
That's what it is.
I'm all for it.
Okay.
Pet, pet.
And you know who it is. Even
At-
though you're dying.
At the end,
In my dream.
Mm-hmm.
anything else for Dr. Jellybean?
They're in the ship. Getting out of here.
That'll take us to the creature
With our new party member.
hissing at
The ship.
Oblate and kind of like you do see it look towards the time ghost thing. And its tail whips around towards Oblate.
Oh,
Getting a 9. It's hit once with its tail against Dot,
and it took her out.
and it took her out.
He sprained it.
As it is got a 9 to hit you, Oblate. As you
He
just
sprained it on my metal exterior.
easily deflect it with your, not a skill deflect, but you know what I mean. And it will kind of, it'll stay there. At the back end of the ship. Taking us to your turn, Oblate.
I'm kind of confused on where he's at in the layout of the ship. Is it possible for me to get close enough?
You could
So I can
be,
do
like,
melee?
on the edge here, and he's kind of like, there's like a lip on the back, which you can kind of get to by the, when you go up the ladder, there's like a little hatch leading out to this back deck.
Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll move to that location then, right here.
But he's so tall that you can kind of poke at him from up above easily.
That's what I'll do.
All right. Uh, 15 will hit, and it just hits. That is his AC.
Yay!
At least I'll roll just a 1.
For 12 points of piercing damage as you poke and grab a hold of him with your bident. What does it look like as you take out this goat demon thing? He's a demon.
He is a demon. It's gonna be pretty gruesome. I'm gonna lunge down at him. It's gonna sort of hit his top of his chest and slide up to his neck. And then I'm just gonna, twisting action, activate the bident, and it's gonna lop down onto his head. And off it goes, falling off the side of the ship. The rest of his body's gonna stand there motionless for a second, and then just crumble down to the ground.
That's it. And as it kind of crumbles down to the ground, you can see it start to wither, and even its head kind of, as it lops backwards, kind of eyeing you, Oblate, as it does fall away into darkness. and its body crumbling to the ground on the back, this lower back deck of the ship. You can see its body just like disintegrating into this like fine powdery residue that also kind of just starts trailing off on the back of the ship.
Creepy.
And as you feel like you're free of danger, but you can still see everything around this expansive interior. It just seems to be kind of like falling apart. These mushrooms kind of like almost not deflating, but like slowly gliding to like any kind of surface, and as they do, they kind of explode into thunderous kind of burst, not really making that like thunderous sound, but like that lightning kind of burst more. I shouldn't say thunderous. But and like large pipes and gears and stuff that are definitely in disuse right now. But you do see everything just falling apart, and there's this mist over everything, as the ship is having a hard time steering through parts. And you can see some of the narrower passages kind of coming up ahead, as a little bit of light flickering from the mushrooms about. What are Oblate and Tobias doing?
You said that there are levers that we can use on the top deck to control the wings.
Like you see how those like spines? Those aren't like, is that what they're called? Like the spines of the wings. That's not what they're called, but there's another name for it probably. But essentially, like there's levers attached to each kind of spine to kind of like you can maneuver them up, down, and like fold. You can even fold the wings inward a little bit to kind of gain a little bit more speed. Currently, it's in like gliding mode.
Do you want to take one side and I'll take the other, and we can try to control this a little bit and help Jellybean out?
Yeah, let's get her through the narrow passages. Put Donna down below in case something goes wrong.
Alrighty.
Just kicking her down the ladder.
Yeah, so my time goes to restraint.
Her head every round.
If I'm unconscious.
You are not.
If I'm unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm unconscious, then would that be a sentry's rest?
I would say, in this state, no.
Like, am I still aware of what's going on?
Maybe in the past, but currently, now you're just having these.
Oh, she's having nightmares for sure.
It's a weird combination of the sentry's rest. Like you're vaguely aware of what's going on, and you can kind of hear voices, but it's all muffled, like you're underwater, and you don't have vision. I would say that for sure, because you're been knocked unconscious, but definitely having some strange dreams. But as Oblate takes Donna down below deck for a brief moment, comes back up.
Who's touching me?
And yeah, I would say you would be able to feel that too.
Yeah.
Coming back up to try to actually work this ship. I'll say one of you guys give me a intelligence check at advantage. Or not advantage. Trying to figure out how to work the ship. Because it's definitely not a design you're familiar with. I would say give me you call wisdom check or intelligence check with your proficiency bonus, so +2.
I mean, Tobias, you got a little bit more experience than I do on ships, or do you want me to?
Yeah.
Do you want me to take it?
I mean, it's an intelligence, though, so let's see how this works. With advantage? No.
Not with advantage, but with your proficiency bonus, so +2.
We'll add +2 to my high intelligence.
Right, with a 9.
Guidance.
You're unconscious.
It would.
Guidance
it
from
would
beyond.
work. But
Donna would subconsciously be like, "Let me help."
yeah, you're definitely trying to think help, but nothing is coming through.
She needs to sleep, y'all.
She
All you
tired.
can figure out is those levers do stuff, but you're not sure exactly to what capacity.
Is he just cranking them?
No,
cranking
he's just
away?
kind of trying to look around and figure it out at this exact moment.
I am proficient in space vehicles. Would that help me at all?
That's why you have the proficiency bonus.
Oh, yeah. But I don't know how to work this specific shirt.
Mhm.
Ship.
You don't know how to work the shirt either.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I can't use tactical
It's
mind.
been rotted away mostly.
Not working.
But Oblate come up and you see Tobias just looking around a little confused at all of the levers around. You can see up ahead the gaps between the walls isn't the best. It looks like it starts to kind of do more curvy bits. What are you two doing?
It's science, man. We gotta just try him and see what happens.
Right. Okay, on the count of
Blow
3,
it up.
pull a lever on our side.
Well, not just random one. We gotta know which one it is. It's the front one, the back one.
I mean, I assume there's levers here and here, right?
There's levers all down each of the major kind of spines of the wings.
So you're saying for each of these little things, like
Essentially, yeah.
Okay,
So
so
what's
there's
Jelly doing?
She's steering the ship. She's
Yeah.
she's doing the major steering, like
I'm busy.
the forward,
And-
the propulsion essentially is what she is. She
And what are what are y'all doing?
trying to mess with the levers.
the fine tuning. Essentially, what
Fine.
Dr. Jellybean can do in the helm is just like propulsion. Just move it this way, that way, directionary propulsion. But what a skilled sailor needs to do is be able to maneuver, essentially.
So like I'm pressing the gas
Mhm.
and like kind of steering.
Yeah,
and
and we're kind of like left,
Gotcha.
right.
Yeah.
They're switching gears and
Yeah, gear shift.
you know,
So
yeah.
It seems like you really need to be between 2.
Drift.
So if we can grab 2, I'll grab these 2 right here. One with each
Stay
hand.
still.
okay, I'll grab.
Up with one and down with the other. That way you
On
turn.
either side
The
of
whole
the ship,
ship-
you can't
the
quite,
whole
you
ship
can't
just
quite
does
reach
whoop.
both sides as one.
All right, that's how we're gonna do it. You get to this one over here, and then, like, if we need to turn right, I assume you'll pull down and I'll lift up on the lever, and then if we need,
Are you intentionally making this excruciating for Donna and her inner outer consciousness?
100%.
I'm not wrong though.
So
Let's just try it and see what happens.
So for this, I would
She starts
say
leaking a little bit of oil again.
Oblate and Tobias, give me a. Give me a wisdom check at disadvantage.
Oh, cool.
But you do have your proficiency bonus. So +2.
Big niner.
I got 10 plus 2.
All right.
12.
Donna takes 1 point of damage.
With a 9 and a 12, coming up to this narrow, sharp turn ahead in this tunnel, you both try to maneuver the wings as best you can, and it does do a little bit of maneuvering, but you're the first time actually messing with the ship. Some of the controls might seem to be a little bit backwards from the levers. Like up is down and down is someone had the, what is that where you reverse?
Inverted.
The controls are inverted, yeah.
Controls, as you weren't expecting it. And the ship careens along the side of a mushroom and then starts to careen into part of the this like interior metallic, and it's actually starting to get like more of that cold frozen build in here. As you can see, part of one of the wings gets severely torn.
Oh, I'm just
Opposite. Switch it back. Switch it back.
Put you back.
As
What are you doing up there?
just did a bunch of damage to the
Donna
ship,
just
essentially.
slides across the hold.
Yeah, as you slide across to like one of the walls of the ship.
Knocks into a barrel.
Yep. Spider
Okay, I
bits
think we got it now,
everywhere.
buddy.
Cauldron goes rolling by.
Yep. And then kind of careening onto that, you can see it's a little bit straighter up ahead, but it is more narrow.
Oh my
Too
god.
narrow for the ship.
We're not out yet.
And you can feel gravity actually pulling you guys backwards. So I need you two to make... Donnie, you're getting tossed around the bottom of the ship. Like,
But I'm
nobody's
limp,
business.
so like
Hey, so it's good?
I'm just
not resisting.
metal containers bouncing around.
Mm-hmm.
just assembling as it.
I need Tobias and Oblate to give me acrobatics checks.
Yeah.
Alright.
Where is the spice?
Oblate, you don't have disadvantage on the next roll. Tobias, you do, as gravity's pulling you one way, and it's very, very difficult.
Isn't that one of my things with gravity?
In zero gravity.
Zero gravity.
You are not in zero gravity. You're in... You're pulling like 2-3 Gs right now. I don't know how
This is
stuff
good.
works. Yeah, we'll say you're pulling
Many
two Gs. Which is a lot for most people.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, you need to steer straight up, and Dr. Jellybean, you know how to steer it, but it's you can't fine tune it there.
Okay.
Can I help? Can I try to call out instructions of what they need to do?
Sure. Give me
Through the ship.
Yeah, you can definitely like yell out to where they hear you. As you can see, that kind of like steamy ice, as it seems to kind of like be falling apart along the sides of shelves in this large interior. Give me an intelligence check, Dr. Jellybean.
Just a check.
Checkity check.
Yeah, unless you're proficient with survival.
I am not. All right. Intelligence, here I go.
All right, with a 21. We'll say Oblate has advantage and Tobias has straight roll for your next wisdom check to, or survival. We can just roll survival. You guys are both proficient, right?
Yeah.
No.
Then Oblate, it's just a wisdom plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
And mine's survival plus my proficiency.
Survival already has your proficiency built in. Oblate has advantage. Tobias has straight roll.
Hey, do it better.
All right, we're gonna do it better.
We need to dampen the wings down in the back so they lift up, I think.
My
Don't do it like idiots this time.
Please start just like
Oh, God.
spitting a bunch of random slang.
So you're gonna want to skitty bop the Tweedledee.
Scoop-a-doo.
I'm rolling terrible, but I've yet to roll a 1, so it's
No, this one's too jiggity.
As you start kind of lifting up the bottom, you hear this loud metallic scraping noise
Oh,
along
good.
the bottom, and you can actually see what looks to be light coming from something up above, this dim light. And kind of careening along the side, you hear this horrible scraping noise as it rights itself. But after about 10 seconds of that, you go shooting up as you make it to the surface of the Frizzlin Cube. You don't see any of those mushrooms floating with electricity about. You can see, as you're making your way up, the entirety of the cube is covered in cracks, and through some of these cracks you can see these large vines, like ethereal vines, kind of drifting through it and tearing it apart.
Not good.
But there is no more obstacles, as you have definitely damaged the ship a good degree. And Dr. Jellybean, you can
Couldn't be
feel
helped.
the wounds that the ship has taken. You feel like your arm is broken. You feel like your tailbone has just been shattered.
Shattered.
But you feel that shooting up sensation for a minute or two as you leave the atmosphere, and you can slowly watch the cube crack open, and kind of as it does crack open, these vines start wrapping around it and pull inwards as it essentially and very quickly and rapidly implodes, as there's this just like subtle shockwave, but it essentially collapses on itself as those vines get smaller and smaller as it crushes into essentially nothing.
There's not going to be any ramifications from that. That's fine.
Definitely not.
That's
Nothing
fine.
to worry about.
No.
Bryce is gonna hold up his pouch of coins though. Chink chink. Loot. We're richer than when we came here, and it only costs. And we just
Planet.
An entire planet.
an entire planet for.
Yep.
And we'll look at my pouch.
And all those animals that were just existing.
The rhino. He was my friend.
That was honestly my first thought when I was like, "Oh, this whole place is going down." I was like, "The animals!" And then even the spiders were like, "Get me out of here!"
Well, the good news is that they can just phase to the other.
The phase world.
Yeah.
The phase world.
Who knows? Maybe the
Facebook.
Cryoceras can do it too.
The rhinoceros.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cryoceras. I like it.
And the gargoyles and the bat-like thing.
Cryoceratops or. But as you start drifting in wild space, you do feel that gravity kind of kick in.
This Noah's Ark right here.
You got a couple of dead spiders on board. Donna, your body is beaten down here. Just being tossed all over the place.
She feels it. She feels it. She feels it?
That's horrible.
But as you start drifting in the wild space here of the Dorish system, seeing the sun or the star for the first time in a number of days feels like a long time. That'll be where we'll end tonight.
Anytime we bring up the Frizzlin Cube, it's just going to be like the back in Nam.
Yep. And
1,000-yard stare.
1,000-yard stare.
And you guys can go ahead and level up
Oh boy.
level 5.
Oh, thank Dobo.
Wow. Dopo.
And you don't have to do it right now. Just remember that if you roll your hit points, you keep them. Or you can take it.
Yeah, no take backsies.
No take backsies.
Right.
So,
But yeah, we'll pick up there next time on the Astral Avenue.
I mean, I hope we don't pick up somewhere else.
Wow. Well, I wonder what they're going to do next. You wonder what they're going to do next? Judy sure does. And if you're like Judy, you can like and subscribe and watch the next episode of The Astral Avenue. Thanks for watching.